Look at there, a spring. Natural spring. Hey, this is Dana. In his name outdoors. He can save me. He can save you. Well, it looks like a spring, but I'm about to burst your bubble. I'm at the 2 pond site. In this video, if you got friends that got ponds, they need to see this video. What this is, and there it is. Water's coming out right down in there, seeping out. You can see the water and the mud right there. See all that mud down in there? See the water coming through? Where's that water coming from? It's coming from this pond. There is no overflow on this end. Why is water coming through there? Because of this beaver lodge. This is going to be a little long video, but if you've got ponds, I'm about to teach you something. This is a beaver den, and I caught the male. I'll show you in a second. But you see this hole right here? That's deep. This whole pond dam is collapsing in. That water's flowing from that pond out right there. These beavers have made this whole pond dam Swiss cheese. Their lodge, there was one in there that no one could get. They couldn't shoot him, and I trapped him the first night on a caster set. I'll show you. Sorry. But see this? I do some tough stuff to make this little video for y'all, but I'm trying to teach you something. This is where the pond dam should be, on this edge. Maybe do this a little slower. Here's the edge of the pond. There's where the lodge started collapsing in. It's already 10 feet back. Look at this. It's that deep. So water is going from the pond out the back of the dam. Water rises, it's going to put more pressure on it. So, and this is an old pond. But look here. I'm still on the pond dam. Look at that hole. Look how deep that hole is down there. I can put there's water right there in the bottom of it. And that's connected, to this hole. Which, and if you're walking through here, there's the start of a collapse. But look at this. Look at that tunnel down there. That's from beavers burrowing into a pond dam. Goes under. That's 2.5 feet, 3 foot right there. How deep that is. There's right here is where an old run is collapsing in. If your cattle came across here and got their foot in there, it'd break their leg. Horse, if your child came down in here, sorry, I was pulling a splinter out of my finger. Hold on, got a big old splinter. I don't edit, people, but this whole run is all the way to here. All this was a bank den. Trying to do this one-handed. All the way back in here. You see all these old sticks right here? That was an old bank den that collapsed in. See the tops of the sticks? Look how far that rake went down in there. That's how deep. This rake, if I went in there, that'd come up to my waist. And you keep walking down. Whoa, darn it. I about fell in a hole. Look at there. I about fell in that one. Another. I just almost broke, well, not broke my leg, but out about, how deep is that thing? That's how deep I would have fallen, right there. Up to my knee, I didn't even see it. Getting too old for this. And where does that go? right here. It's caving in all in here. And I see how this edge of this is right here. See how the pond dam should be where that tree is? This is an old bank den that's already totally collapsed in. Right here. Collapsed bank den. So the pond dam originally was way out here. That big insert, that's an old beaver lodge collapsed in. Here's one of my caster sets with a 330. We know this male was in here. They've shot at him. They've done everything they could do to get him. And I came in and set a caster set right there. A big male is going to be very territorial. Beavers are territorial. Look at that. That's another area where, this is another spot right here where a bank den is collapsed in because there's tunnels all up under it. So I set a 330. This is all right, I'll prove this was an old bank den right here. Well, that's a big old bass right there. See if I can get a picture of him. Can't really see him. Yeah, there he is. There's some big old brim on beds. Look at the brim. Look how bright their operculum is. There he is. All right, enough with the brim. So that was collapsing. The reason I knew this was a bank den, look at this old run that's collapsing in right here. But I ended up catching him, over here. There he is. Big male in the 330 on a caster set. No one had trapped him, so I got him out. I'll reset these two traps. I didn't catch anything at my other site. This is day 3 of the 2-pond site. This will be episode 4, maybe 5. So I got him out. I'll reset this. My other trap wasn't hit, so I'm pretty sure that was the only one that's in here. Caught one at that other site the other day. Nothing today of those 9 traps. No activity anywhere. None of my snares were touched. I had 2 330s that were tripped, but that could be turtles or it could be fish. I've caught an 8-pound bass in a 330 before. Look at all the fish out there. So I'll reset this. But here's another spot where a bank den is collapsed in. All this, there's another bank den old. This is like a 30, 40-year-old pond now. So there's another one down there. Just to wrap this video up, if you got people with ponds, show them this video. I've actually heard of where some people in a neighborhood association did not want the beavers being trapped. They thought they were cute. They had burrowed into the pond dam. They didn't want to hurt the beavers. Long story short, this big old lake in a HOA got blown out. The entire pond gone because of beavers. I know people don't want to kill them, but look, this guy built this pond to fish in and stuff, and the beavers, a couple good rains, this whole pond might be gone. Hope this helps y'all some. Subscribe, follow if you can, if you would. In His Name Outdoors. Y'all have a wonderful day. I've been soccer refereeing and everything. I was on a radio show this morning. I'm beat down tired. But I got the big male here, and I got a sub-adult male over there. I'll be back tomorrow, and then I'll start working down the creek. Y'all have a wonderful day. Make a great day. Make a great weekend. Have a great Sunday if I don't get back with you. In His Name Outdoors. Appreciate it. Subscribe and follow. All right, bye. Ooh, the landowner was happy to see that picture of, they've been giving him trouble.